fans, it's unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On the set.
57. Here we go. Man left. Hey.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The open man is Westbrook. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Set the turn, defense. Let's go.
Yep.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, team 6. Look, squeeze.
Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Give the sack to Barkevious Mingo, the former number 6 pick. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Complete to Jones.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep is Phillip Dorsett. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
Wait, 20! All right. Let's go, D. Let's go.
1st down, Fitzpatrick. A screen to Bell. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick, flush to his right. Complete to Dorsett. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Phillip Dorsett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing Jones. This one caught by Crowder. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Demario Davis, who was the Saints' leading tackler in his first year in New Orleans, in on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
I got him. Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Now watch one. Mike's 54.
Ready?
On 2nd and 9, Jones is going to let this one go deep. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Houston. D.D. Westbrook, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Protein spill.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd down.
It's Watch the slat. Go ahead. Regular. 57. Mike, regular. You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Hey, foxtrot.
57.
From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Going deep here for Stills. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So on. And look at this. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. These two teams all tied after 1. 2nd quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Adam Thielen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
On
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Jones. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Markevious Mingo able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
On 2nd and a long way to go. Jones looking long for Westbrook. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. Looking long for Westbrook. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
He can't hang. He's not hanging.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And down he goes. Fitzpatrick sacked. Shane Ray able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Brings up 2nd down.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The 20. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 21-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Jones throwing again. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Shift. Regular.
On 2nd and 7, Fitzpatrick. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Here's Jones. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. He completes it to Jones. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And out of bounds. On the other side of midfield at the 45.
A gain of 14. First down, Texans.
Let's go.
Jones now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Hey, exit.
Now Jones. It's caught. Smith. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And bulldozing his way through. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kerryon Johnson. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Bailey got the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Texans 14.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. After the penalty, it's Bell. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
5.
65.
They'll try to throw here, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
57. Hey, Delta.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. And Stills bringing it in. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Can I go 5-0 here? Hey, high 7.
Check. Lucky.
52 and 56.
Fitzpatrick on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Incomplete on the jump ball. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Fitzpatrick. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Let's hear it, Texans fans, 'cause it's...
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Feel it.
Play action now. Fitzpatrick. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. This is Bell. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. 3rd and short yardage, Fitzpatrick. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line.
56.
Fitzpatrick. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in, and it's hard to defend.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Regular.
Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. It's complete. Stills. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Miles Jack with a sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The tight end, Kelsey, was the intended target. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to. And if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first.
Hey, Orbit!
To throw again on second down. Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Double time. Everyone go forward.
With the score, Chiefs 21, Texans 14.
Ready! 90, Wolf! Look at me, Zipper! Hey, team 6! Check right, 51.
Jones to throw from his end zone. Under pressure and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points, that means this is now a 2-score game.
Yeah, and that's tough to deal with, isn't it? This little time left. Those 2 points doesn't seem like a lot, but it means everything now. Those are going to be the ones we're going to look back on. Those 2 points right there, the play of the game.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. They'll run on first down. Bell. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He had it online, gave it a pretty good ride too, but in the end, he's a victim of the crossbar.
And Brandon, you know kickers very well. I bet if we ask him after the game, he'll say he didn't get all of it. We've seen him hit from deeper than this in warm-ups. But here, he's a foot or so from clearing that bar.
Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
18, Gator. Pilot, 64, reach. 57, Mike 57. Go. Get it.
On first down, Jones. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Marvin Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that will shave one more off this lead.
23, Texans 21.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Regular.
Man, I got you.
Gonna go 5-0 here.
Switch it.
Throwing again here, Fitzpatrick on 2nd and 10. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Kerry Wynn able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Go ahead and take a seat. You can't stop.
3rd and long, Fitzpatrick following the sack. What can he and the gang come up with?
I'm coming, baby.
Hey, 5-0.
Here's Fitzpatrick. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's 2nd down.
Come on, set. 30 base. 36.
All day, every day, any day.
Now Jones, a big spot for the rookie from Duke.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Jones on 1st and 10. Jones has it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
1st down, Houston.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A 1st down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Check it out.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kerryon Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Important extra point up and through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
57 to Mike. Watch the pass. Hey, switch gears. Check three.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far. Big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game. Exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true. That's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think. He'll look to throw. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
61, matchbox lights.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Hey, Zoo. Hey, check, Mike 57. Strip the ball.
They'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Kenny Stills, and that'll bring up 2nd down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Tighten up.
Fitzpatrick. This is Bell on the dump off. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. How many people watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Here's Fitzpatrick. And he slings one that's incomplete. So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for 2. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover it well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the post.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. The Texans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.